once again, everybody, and welcome back to the MashMaker Challenge. It's another brew day, and it's episode 4. So I'm really looking forward to making this beer today. It is a Pequod Session IPA. Session IPA. This is what I've been looking forward to. Over the last couple of months, I've been brewing some pretty big beers, including a Janet Brown Ale that I did for a collaboration with Chop and Brew. We all messed with the ingredients. We all did different things. One guy brewed the actual recipe and everybody else did different stuff. I threw honey and an extra amount of grain, some maris otter and stuff like that into it. And that beer came out at 12.3% because it started at a gravity of 1.100. So it was a big beer. Needless to say, it was our last beer of the tasting notes video that we did. But it turned out pretty good. It's just you can only drink a half glass of it and then you're falling asleep on the couch, basically. So I'm really looking forward to having a session IPA in my Keezer so that I can tap into that and have 2 or 3 in an evening instead of just a half beer or 1 beer. So anyhow, the ABV for this beer is going to be 4.6% and the target OG is 1.045. So I won't talk too much more. Let's get to the brew day. Cheers, everybody. Well, how about that? My friend Dono is also brewing recipes from the MashMaker book. If you don't know who Dono is, or you haven't seen his videos or his latest video, you need to go to YouTube and check out his channel. In his latest video, he brews a delicious lager from the MashMaker book, and he gets to sit down and have it with Michael Dawson. Well, here's to you, Dono, and here's to you, Michael Dawson. 1997 IPA. So the ingredients for today's Pequod Session IPA are, we got 5.5 pounds of raw pale ale malt, or 65%. We have 1 pound of raw white wheat malt, or 13%. 12 ounces of Simpson Caramalt, or 9%. And 1 pound of Weyermann Munich 1, or 13%. We're also going to be adding 4 grams each of gypsum and Epsom salts. We have 2 hop additions for the day. So we have a ½ ounce of Idaho 7 and a ½ ounce of Mandarina Bavaria at T-10 in the boil. And then our second hop addition is actually a steeping addition for 20 minutes after the boil is over. ½ ounce of Idaho 7, a ½ ounce of Mandarina Bavaria, and 1 ounce of Galaxy. Today's yeast is going to be 1318 Wyeast London Ale 3. And then for today's hot scotchy, I am using an Abelauer 12-year single malt scotch. One of the tastiest scotches I think there is. It's hot scotchy time. I just drew some of the wort off. Oh, it smells really good. Oh, and of course it's delicious. Perfect sweetness. Very nice. I'm going to draw a little bit more wort off and take a gravity reading. Okay, first readings are 1072. So when you mix in the second runnings, I should get it down to probably about 1040. And then boil off, we should be right where we need to be. I have a new toy today. That. Can't wait to use this. Throw the hops in there. So I am doing away with the hop spider. We'll see how this thing works out. The wort is cooled down. I gotta let it sit for a little bit longer. It only cooled down to 76 degrees today. So that means my groundwater is getting a little warmer. But that's okay. I can let it sit for a little bit and get it to the right temperature so I can pitch the yeast. And here is the gravity reading. Looks like it came in at about 1042. My hydrometer might be a little off. But 1042, it's only 3 points under where it should be, and that's fine. That'll just be a little less alcohol, which will make it even more of a session beer. Hello everybody, it's tasting note time. So we're going to be tasting the 1997 IPA today, which was the second beer that I brewed in the MashMaker Challenge. We're here in beautiful Port Washington, Wisconsin, where I like to come and fish quite often in the fall. And this is my beautiful wife, Jill. She's going to be tasting the beer with me today. She is a beer connoisseur, and mostly I brew for her. So...
Why, thank you, Barry.
All right, so we're going to do, I'm going to take a look at the color first. If you can see, not quite sure, I'm a little far away from the camera, but it's a nice golden color, almost amber. So it turned out pretty much the way it was described in the recipe. So I'm going to have Jill taste it first. I've already taken notes on this, and I just want to see if she gets the same results as I did. So go ahead and take a taste and tell me what you think.
Now, to be fair, I do not talk beer, I drink beer. So I will do my best, but I do love beer. So here we go. First thing I'm noticing is it's just a little bit of bitter. Not a ton. Pleasant. I'm just, yeah, I still am kind of enjoying the beauty. I think the color is gorgeous, so it's pretty beer. I don't know.
What about any malty characters that you get? Any flavors after the bitterness? I'm giving her clues.
Yeah, I was going to say you're leading the witness. Yeah, I mean, there's a little bit of malt that kind of stays behind.
Any particular flavors?
I don't know. Is it a little smoky even? I don't know.
There's no smoked malt in it, but
right.
You know, everybody has a different palate. So
Yeah.
now, what kind of I guess bitterness? How would you describe the bitterness?
It's, I don't know what the right word for it is. It's very mild.
Yeah.
I will say this. I remember in 1997 probably being offered an IPA and hating it. But I don't think I was offered this IPA. And this IPA is fantastic.
Well, we'll go over some of the stuff that I took down.
Okay.
Just to so I'm not the greatest palate. I don't have the greatest palate myself. But over the years I've kind of developed it a little bit. So from the hops,
I'm
I
just
get
gonna
kind
keep
of
drinking.
Do you get any pine flavors, any citrus?
Yeah, citrus I would say, but it's not overpowering.
Yeah, it's not designed to be overpowering, so you are correct on that.
Yeah. It would almost be more, if I had to pick the closest citrus, I would probably lean towards a less sweet one, like maybe not quite grapefruit, but it's closer to grapefruit than clementine.
Yeah, it would be closer to grapefruit than orange or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, and that would be correct. So, ding, she got that one.
What do I win? Another beer.
Another beer. We have more on the side over here.
Woohoo!
So as far as the malt character goes, and this is kind of hard to pick out, but because I know what I brewed it with, I expect these flavors from the particular malts that I use. So I'm definitely getting kind of a caramel flavor on the backside after the hops go away. Getting some breadiness to it, and a hint of brown sugar, or almost what you might think molasses, because it is sweet on the back end after the hop. It's hop forward, but once the hops go away, you get this sweetness on the back end. So I'm getting kind of a brown sugar or molasses type of thing.
And I'm getting the bready more in the aroma than in the flavor so much.
And that would come through there also, yes. I guess we'll wrap this up because it is quite cold out here. We got an east wind off the lake, and it's about 38 degrees right now.
Yeah, it would be better to finish this growler off in pajamas, I think.
Yes, definitely
So-
back on the couch at home.
Yeah, yeah.
So thanks a lot for watching, everybody.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.